Hi, Ben from the Digital Agency Academy here today to discuss our quick hit video topic, which is should you require a minimum length of time in your maintenance agreements that you're going to require your potential clients to sign on to, or are you going to let them go month to month? As you probably know, if you're watching this channel at the Digital Agency Academy, our mission is to help freelancers and web agency owners improve their bottom line and de-stressify their lives. You probably also know that our number one most important recommendation, as in do this now, do not pass go, do not collect $200 until you do this, is that you really need to be offering a maintenance plan for any clients that you service. And that includes websites you build or websites that you haven't built that people come to you for help with. That is the most important thing you can do to get off the treadmill, to get off the feast and famine cycle of digital development projects, and give yourself some recurring and even some passive revenue over time that's going to help you tremendously. So if you haven't done that yet, take a look at the links in the description. We have free courses, we have paid courses, we have trainings that are going to help you set that up. It's going to be a major transformation in your life. One of the things that people ask about these maintenance plans is the topic of today's video, and that is, when you offer a client a maintenance plan, should you require them to sign up for 6 months or a year or 9 months or some length of time, or should you just let those plans go month to month? Now, our answer right now, our current recommendation, is absolutely not. Let a client sign up for any length of time they want, even if it's a week. There are 3 reasons for this, but before I get into those 3 reasons, let me discuss the objection that people have when they hear this news. I was just talking to a friend of mine about this, actually a collaborator, also a friend. We've worked on a few sites together now. He started about 3 months ago doing just web development projects. Had done a number for a major broadcasting client, had done a number for a number of small businesses. We talked about how important it was to get maintenance plans going, and so far he's gotten 4 different maintenance plans together with 4 of his clients. He called me today with a 5th one, and he asked this question. He said, why don't we require these guys to sign up for 6 months? Because he knows that when you onboard a new client for maintenance, it might take an hour, it might take 2, it might take even 3 in some cases. You're setting up a couple of things, right? Like if you get a new client, you're getting the site set up on all your monitoring services for malware, for uptime, for errors. You're also setting up automatic backups that are stored up off-site. You're setting up a malware solution. You're doing a number of other things. Now, not to plug the course again, but if you do look down there and you want to take a look at one of these courses, we have full checklists for exactly what you should do when you onboard a maintenance client. You can go through one by one and get your own maintenance plan set up. But in short, might take an hour, might take 2. Now, the maintenance plan, as you probably know, you should be charging something between $100, $200, something like that per month to do a mostly automated, mostly passive job of monitoring and responding for any outages. At that price, if you are spending 2-3 hours to onboard somebody, and you should be estimating your cost per hour about $100, at least that's your opportunity cost, it's going to take you a couple months to recoup the amount of investment that it requires to onboard somebody. And that's what my friend was saying today. He's saying, well, it's going to take us 3 hours to onboard this client. Why don't we make them sign up for 6 months? So at least we'll be sure to recoup the amount of money that we spent. Now, I think that's a terrible idea. And there's 3 reasons why. The first reason, and I guess the most obvious one, is that a minimum contract length dissuades clients from signing up. Now, especially in this case, keep in mind what we always harp on at the Digital Agency Academy regarding who your clients are. Right? Know your clients. Your clients are people who are anxious. Okay? Number 1. Your clients are people that are coming to you who have at least some degree of anxiety in their minds. They are coming to you because something's broken on their site and they don't know how to fix it. They're coming to you because they want to be able to change something on their site and they don't know how. They're coming to you because they've heard of things like hacks and they want to make sure they're protected, and they don't know the technology well enough to do it themselves. Now, that people are afraid of technology they don't know. That's a fact. The anxiety in their mind is the number one your number one ally. You need to address that anxiety at every step of your relationship with your clients, starting with the sales process. So when you look at it through that lens, what does a minimum contract length sound like to a client? It causes anxiety, right? You want to be able to tell them, we are the people who are going to relieve your anxiety. Let us relieve your anxiety. Instead, you're telling them all you need to do is sign up and give me this promise, and these are people that are not going to be primed to be super trusting given their anxiety. The other thing to keep in mind is that if you're offering the service for $100 or $200, let's say it's $150, an outlay of $150 sounds far less to the anxious person than an outlay of $150 a month times 6 months. That's almost $1,000. So you've gone from pricing yourself from $150 to $1,000. So to review, number one reason not to require a contract length is anxiety on the part of your potential clients, and an understanding that's going to turn them off more than normal. Number two, second reason you don't want a minimum contract length is because just as people may not want to commit to you for a long time, you don't want to commit to them. Part of the secret to being successful with maintenance plans is to say no when you know that you're getting into what we affectionately call something, I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, a cluster fudge. You need to be able to identify and avoid those situations because your entire profit model is going to be based on recurring and passive revenue. Messed up sites, difficult clients eat into that like nothing else. You need to be saying goodbye to like 20% of the people that come in your door at least. If you have a minimum contract length that a client is required to sign to do work with you, there is, even if not officially addressed in the contract, an implied obligation on your behalf to stick with them for that amount of time as well. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to fire and let go comfortably and kindly, but nonetheless fire clients who aren't going to work out for you or who you're not going to be able to satisfy, so that you can retain your focus where it needs to be. That's the second reason you don't want a minimum length of time. The third reason you don't want a minimum length of time is because, here's the great secret, nobody really cancels. They might say they will, they might say they're worried about spending $150 a month. Your target clients are going to be small businesses, organizations, 2 to 20 people big. $150 isn't going to be enough for them to cancel it, especially given all the time it's going to take them to find somebody else to do what you're doing. You might get 1 or 2, you're not going to get very many at all. So the cost to not locking people in is only the very, very rare person who is going to cancel, who wouldn't cancel if they were locked in. That's almost nobody. So in summary, Digital Agency Academy, our current recommendation, do not force clients to sign multi-month contracts with you. Just go month to month. You're gonna get a lot more sales. You're not gonna be tied to people you don't like, and it's not gonna matter in the end anyway. Now, if you have any questions about this, any thoughts about this, please do put them in the comments. We respond to everything we possibly can. Send us an email, tweet at us, and also in the description, if you need more information, more help, take a look at the free and paid resources we have that'll help you increase your recurring revenue, increase your passive revenue, and calm your life down. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.